Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? This is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey.
What it do? This your boy Jay, aka Rant J, aka Full Time Jay. We back, baby.
So, as y'all know, we are the Over the Road Wrestler podcast, but we're down a member. But if y'all watched the Monday Night Raw watch along on this past Monday, you did see Mr. Mike Drop give his little takes or whatever about uh, this past WrestleMania, and then we were watching live as the stuff on Monday night unfolded. This episode here, episode 148, we're just gonna get Rant and Jay / part time / full time Jay's reaction to everything that happened over the weekend and on Monday. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get a little celebration. Now, this celebration is not only for Jay being here today, but it is also for I want to say another thank you to the people everyone that tuned in to the watch parties that we did. The first watch party we did last time I told you I was at 135. Now it's at 140, and then the other one was at 171. We are now at 184 views for night 2 of the WrestleMania night 2 watch party. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all, these are our highest views to date. We got 114 subscribers. Looks like we just got a new one, so appreciate you. And yeah, man, let's just keep the train rolling. Jay, guess how many hours I did in the last 4 days?
I don't know.
About 12.
I was about to say you talking about 5 hours a piece for WrestleMania, so it makes sense.
I did 3. I did a little over 3 on Friday. Then I did 4 on Saturday, 4 on Sunday, and then another 2.5 on Monday, or damn near 3 hours on Monday.
So
hey, but it's paying off, man.
I was late for WrestleMania on Saturday. Started about, I want to say, almost an hour behind. Then on Sunday, because Sunday was Easter, and of course Easter, got the family over and all that other kind of stuff. So I ended up starting almost an hour and a half, 2 hours behind on that one. So yeah, so both nights were playing catch up for me. I had to stay off of social media because stuff got ruined. Oh, and then on top of that, how about Saturday? I start WrestleMania, right? I know I'm behind. I'm trying to rewind it because I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and start to rewind it. And how about as soon as the thing stops spinning, it opens up to Jey Uso holding the damn title. I'm like, are you serious? Like, really? This is how you're going to start it off? Really? This is the type of relationship we're going to have right now? So, yeah, so that got spoiled. So I got to go back, even though we already knew he was going to win.
But you just had to go back to see how it happened.
I had to go back to see how it happens, but I was super pissed. So that already ruined my Saturday for me.
The one that you wanted to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's what a shout out Truth. He said OTR Trey putting it in overtime. Shit, you damn right. I was gonna do NXT last night, but I needed a break. I was tired. Yeah. I couldn't do 5 days straight.
I'm barely full time, so I know I can't do overtime right now.
So. Oh, and I gotta tell you, so as far as our prediction picks, you want to guess what everybody went?
So we need to time out. We need to pause on 2 matches, okay?
Oh God,
2 matches don't count.
Yes, they do.
First of all, the one match that doesn't count is the
Gable and Andrade.
I still took El Grande to win anyway.
You did,
but still, that match shouldn't count because come on, they really Rey Mysterio got hurt, and then they threw in and then the other match.
It was still a Rey. Name spelled the same.
Yeah, the other match that doesn't count. That freaking women's tag team match doesn't count because Come on, man. Just to throw Becky Lynch in there and let her get a WrestleMania moment again by winning a title, that's some BS. That's some BS.
Well, take a guess on what everybody went.
So I still think I got the most right out of everybody.
We all went 10-4.
What?
We all went 10-4. I could break it down for you.
Go ahead,
So on night one, you were up 6-1. But then on night two, you lost 3 matches.
Which
You lost
one?
Bianca, Priest, and the tag match.
Oh, I did take Priest.
You did.
That tag
So
match
just,
don't count. That tag match don't count.
well, even if we throw out the matches, we still all end up with the same. I was telling JD this last night. So this is what happened. All right, so on day one, you got El Grande right, you got New Day right, you got Jacob Fatu right, Tiffy and Jay, and yeah. Oh, you went 5-1. I'm sorry, 5-1. 1, 2.
So which one
No,
did I get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you went 6-1. Naomi. You picked Naomi.
I picked Naomi because y'all changed my mind. I should have stuck with Jade because I started with Jade and then y'all changed my mind to Naomi.
Oh, it's funny you say that because JD says he should have stuck with EO because you made him change his mind to Bianca. Because you and JD. See, JD got messed up because of the El Grande Rey Mysterio match. Otherwise, y'all would have went the same. Because I missed 3 matches. I went 3-3. I went 4-3 because I had Naomi, LA Knight, and Charlotte, and I lost all 3 of those.
Okay.
And then I got Seth, Jay, New Day, and El Grande. Then on night 2, we all got Randy. He beat Joe Hendry. I damn near ran the table except for the I would have won had the tag match not gone the way it went. I would have won because I wouldn't have got any matches wrong because I got Logan, Dom, Drew, Io, and Cena. JD had Logan, Dom, Drew, Bianca, Cena, and you had Priest, Bianca, Cena, Dom, Logan, and we all lost the tag match. So that's how we all ended with the same. So still, you were whooping ass, and then you came back to the pack. You came back to the pack.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Matter of fact, next time we do one of these, we need to put that AEW belt on the line for predictions winner gets the belt.
Oh man.
But somebody usually have to go get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody definitely got to come get it.
All right, but enough of that. So what were your thoughts on night 1 and night 2? You can start with whatever night you want to start with.
So I would say that for me,
I'm right back.
night 1 was better than night 2. And I only say night 1 was better than night 2 just because of the way that the Cena and Cody Rhodes match ended on night 2. The ending is what threw it off for me. Night 1 was the best night. I really like the Jey Uso and Gunther match. That really set the tone for WrestleMania. I was actually surprised at the what match was it? So after Jay and them, it was the who was the second match?
I got it real quick.
It was the women's match, wasn't it?
Which one?
Or night 1?
It wasn't. Nah, it wasn't Tiffy and Charlotte. It wasn't them yet. I don't even remember the order. It was New Day. New Day was the second match.
New Day was the second match. Okay, so New Day was the second match. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like night 1 had a lot more energy than night 2. And the Seth Rollins and CM Punk and the triple threat match to me was the highlight of all of WrestleMania. Of course, we saw. I love the way that they had Paul Heyman turn, because I just thought Paul Heyman was just going to turn on the both of them by just choosing Seth. But I love how he basically turned on Roman, turned on CM Punk, and then turned on Roman again to align himself with Seth. So it was like he turned like 3 different times. You know what I'm saying? Twice on the same person, if you think about it. But we all saw it coming. We all saw the ending coming. We already
Did you see when Paul Heyman took that deep breath when Seth kicked out of the spear?
Yeah.
I was like, it's over. It's like, it's over.
You gotta give Paul Heyman his props though, man, because Paul Heyman, just the way he said a lot without saying not one thing, right? His facial expressions, the way he was sitting there on the steps when CM Punk and Roman were going at it, and after we got the spear and then the go to sleep and then the curve stomp and everything, you could just see Paul Heyman's face like, but then when it came down to it and him throwing in the chair and he threw it to CM Punk, I was like, yep, it's coming. I already knew it. He snaked everybody with all of that. He got everybody.
He ain't snaked me. Shit.
Well, he ain't snake us because we already knew it was coming.
Did you see the two? I put 2 clips on YouTube and on TikTok. One was my reaction to Jay tapping out Gunther, and the other was Heyman turning.
I appreciate the tap out. I think I love the tap out more than him just doing the splash and then pinning them 1, 2, 3. The tap out made for a lot better, especially what happened on Monday Night Raw. So,
well, shit, he hit him with 3 Uso splashes. He speared him twice, and then he hit him with the choked him up, and then Gunther tapped out quick.
Yeah, he tapped out
quick.
But
see, the thing is, and people were like, "Man, Gunther don't tap out like that." I was like, "Yeah, he do." Because if you actually, the last time he tapped out like that, it was in NXT, but it was against Ilya Dragunov, and Ilya put him in a sleeper hold, and he tapped out quick as hell too. Gunther don't like being in chokeholds.
But that's the heelish way to tap out, though, because heels don't really fight through submissions; they tap out quick. So if you think about it, only a baby face are the ones that fight through a submission. I mean, some of them eventually tap out and some of them make it to the ropes, but yeah.
What do you think of the New Day Warrior match? That was a Raw match. They should have had the SmackDown ladder match that they're having this Friday. That should have been on WrestleMania.
It wasn't a bad match though. I mean,
it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't needed.
It wasn't. I would have much rather seen the ladder match. I ain't gonna lie.
What do you think about Naomi and Jade?
Well, one, WWE gotta get this wardrobe shit. They need a wardrobe approval person for these women in these.
Well, I mean, the ladies be busting out their outfits, so
they definitely do. Lately, it's been crazy. So, but I mean,
Truth said to me, he was like, "Why does Jade got a bodysuit on?" And I literally said to hold stuff in, and that's exactly what happened. She had pasties on because her stuff came out.
I mean, at least she planned ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Because she already knew.
Honestly, the Jade and Naomi match was a lot better than what I thought it was.
Do you think the right person won?
Yeah, because they can progress the storyline with it. I mean, Jade winning does kind of progress the storyline. I think Naomi winning would have progressed it a little bit more. And it's interesting to see because now that Bianca lost, they kind of hinted at Bianca. I kind of felt like Bianca was going to lose after Friday. And the only reason why that was because Jade and Naomi came out whenever, they were cutting a promo. And I was kind of like, damn, I already picked Bianca to win. But after this happened, I was like, I don't think she's winning.
Picks were locked in.
Yeah, sure enough, I was right. But I was definitely telling myself, I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to go down. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, all in all, the match was decent. And I saw people blasting. Like, the thing about the internet that I can't stand is that there's so many people that hate on Jade, and it's ridiculous. She needs to go back to NXT. She can't wrestle. She botched another. her and Naomi put on a pretty damn good show for WrestleMania. So,
yo,
I
what do you
get
think about Naomi's new music?
it's not bad.
Naomi's shit was hard.
It's good. I don't know, man. I like the glow better.
Nah, I bet you do. All that damn dancing and lights out and them glowing shoes, man.
Exactly.
Fuck all that. Proceed with caution.
You gotta take it for what it is. You gotta take it for what it is.
Nah, you gotta proceed with caution. That's what she was telling everybody. That shit is hard. She needs to get with the Street Profits and get them to get her music guy. Cause their music is ass. I'm sorry. And I love Street Profits.
The music is bad. It is bad.
What do you think about 5-2 beating LA Knight?
I mean, I said it last time. I don't know why they put the belt back on LA Knight after he lost it the first time.
Who did he take it off of? Shinsuke? Yeah, he took it back off of Shinsuke.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, because you brought up Friday, what do you think about Melo winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? I was hyped. I did a watch along for that, a watch party, and I was hyped because they finally gave him something.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, who won it? Jay won it, didn't he? Was it Jay or Jimmy?
Jay Uso has won it. Bobby Lashley has won it.
Braun Strowman.
They were going through all the winners. They were going through all the winners. Cesaro, I think, was the first one to win it.
It's not like winning it is going to give you an edge or give you like there needs to be something added to it. Like the winner needs to be rewarded,
like a future mid card title shot.
Yeah, like something. Because you got people that
you can't have everything. You can't have everything be a main title shot. So
I get that, but I'm just saying though, like historically, out of all the Andre the Giant winners, you've had maybe 2 of them to go on to actually.
Well, to be fair, 3 of them have been champion. Because Strowman was Universal, Bobby was WWE, and Jay is now World Heavyweight. So 3 previous winners have gone on to be main champions.
Was Strowman's Universal? Strowman's Universal, I thought was before he won the Andre the Giant.
I thought it was after. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go back and look. I could have sworn it. I thought
we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Telling me it's before.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look. Oh, Stokely Hathaway, he's back. He's back. Like, I guess he's going to manage the newly healed FTR. I don't know. Oh yeah, and as y'all see, I got my Rockets behind me. We game 2 tonight, baby. We going 1-1. Your Celtics are playing right now, playing the Magic.
I ain't worried about that game. Even though Tatum's hurt, I ain't worried about that.
I was shit. You ain't worried about Paolo?
We're gonna beat him. We're gonna beat him.
What do you think about Tiffy and Charlotte?
I don't like what they're doing with Tiff. I don't like the fact that, and I've continued to say this, they proved me right even more at WrestleMania. Why do they have Tiff and Charlotte looking alike, dressing alike? Like, I don't like it. Like, no.
I get. Is this you think it's supposed to be because Tiffy's supposed to be the younger version of Charlotte? Is that why they're doing it?
It's like a passing the torch in a cringe type of way. Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I don't like it. I've been saying it for the last 2 weeks now because the last 2 weeks of promos between them two, they've been coming out dressed alike, damn near looking alike. Like, I'm good.
I did like Tiffany's Barbie interest though. That was hard.
I mean, yeah, the interest was nice. The wrestling styles are just so similar, and I think that they just leaned into that a little bit too much. And then, especially with the looks, the ring attire, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. And and we know that this isn't it. Like, we know that they're going to push this feud. I wouldn't be too surprised if they face each other again at Backlash for the title again. Like, we know that they're going to push this. They're going to milk it. So.
Man, you think Charlotte would get a rematch just like that and she lost?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. I don't know because Charlotte's kind of like Roman. When she lose, she be dipping for a minute.
She just came back, so she ain't just come back just to dip again.
They swerved everybody by having Tiffy come out first.
They did. They did snake a lot of people with that one.
I was like, I was getting so many messages like, damn, Tiffany gonna lose. Okay. What did you think? Quickly, El Grande, Ray Phoenix.
I'm over this El Grande shit.
Already?
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. It's
I was saying this last night. I was saying this last night to JD. They have conveniently, I don't know if they're going to bring it up later, but they've conveniently left out a huge part of the El Grande story. And that's the fact that if it wasn't for Dom, El Grande wouldn't be there because he's the one that gave Chad Gable the address for him to go get the box that had all the El Grande stuff in it.
I
And
think
Dom told him that you owe me one, and he said, "Yeah, I owe you one." That's they kind of just like kind of acted like that never happened. They just acted like Chad Gable just went on his own on this quest.
you never know. They might circle back to it.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
I think for me, what it is about El Grande is just that Chad Gable is not comfortable in that luchador style, and it
You see that
really.
move he did?
I mean,
Did you see that move, bruh?
I saw it. Don't get me wrong. One good
I ain't
move.
never seen nothing like that. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
I
Chad could
just
wrestle lucha.
I don't know. I think different. I think that he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable with it, but you can tell that he's not fully comfortable with the lucha style. So, I mean, of course, they kind of rushed it for WrestleMania so that they can get this match together, even though it was supposed to be with Mysterio, or maybe it was always supposed to be with El Grande, or not El Grande, Ray Phoenix, and that's just the way the storyline went. But I don't know. We'll see
I
how it
don't know
goes.
because you keep saying Gable, but has it been confirmed that El Grande is Chad Gable? I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see.
Last time we saw them together, Chad Gable was getting interviewed and El Grande was getting taken out the building. So we have seen them in the same room together. I'm just saying.
We 100% know that it's Chad Gable.
I'm just saying. All right. For me, night 2 was littier than night 1, even despite the main event. Cause shit, Dom got that IC title. I called that shit 8 months ago. So I was night 2 won for me just off of that.
I
But
respect
what was
it.
your thoughts on
I
night 2?
respect the IC title win. I think I liked it even more the fact that he frog splash or Finn to do it. So I mean, I think that was like the icing on top. I love Finn's face on Monday night. We know somehow, some way, Finn wasn't even going to help Dom in that match. He was going to let Dom lose that match. You know, before JD came and stepped in and saved the day.
So I was a day late because I said that JD was going to come help Dom on Sunday. He came on Monday.
He came on Monday. So
I knew he was coming back. I told you I've been watching those interviews that Dom and Liv been doing, and they was being a little too suspicious whenever JD's name got brought up. I ain't like that. So I was like, something's happening. He's coming back. He's coming back.
I knew he's coming back because they were talking about it online and that he was cleared or might be cleared, and they didn't know if he was going to be cleared before WrestleMania or if it was going to come right after WrestleMania.
Well, so he might be. He might be. I don't know if he's cleared to wrestle yet, but he's cleared to get back on TV.
I mean, yeah,
because he ain't take no bump. All he did was just push him off the rope. I mean, off the turnbuckle.
I guess
and
we'll
Dom
see.
Hit the frog splash.
I'm expecting next Monday there to be a match between JD and Penta because of his interference. So I guess that'll tell whether or not if he's fully cleared or not.
My thing was the shit that got me was when Dom ass went up the ramp and then he ran back for an encore.
He ran back past Finn too.
And Finn
that
was
the
like,
best part. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, Dom solidified. But if you notice, him and Io won their match the same way.
Yeah.
And I would say on the stream when I was watching it, I was like, this brings me back to 2008 when Jeff Hardy was in that triple threat with Edge and Triple H, and he did the same thing. Triple H hit Edge with a pedigree, and then when Triple H was going for the pin, Jeff Hardy hit the swanton.
Hit the
Triple H
swanton.
rolled out the ring, and then he pinned Edge. Same
Yep.
thing happened with this one. Braun Breaker was out there having a fucking, he about to have a stroke out there. He was so intense, and Finn hit him with the coup de grace, and then Dom got on the top rope, hit that frog splash, and pinned Finn. And then for the women, that was a great match. The women's match was
It
a great
was.
match. That was probably
It
the best
was.
match. Oh, unbiasedly, that was the best match on Sunday. My favorite was the IC, but that was the best match on Sunday. Was the 3-way. I knew Rhea wasn't going to win. I told y'all that Bianca wasn't going to win. Friday, like you said, solidified it because their story does not need a title.
If we would have did our predictions on Friday and I would have seen that promo, I would have picked the EO. Just based off of that promo. Just how all that stuff went down, I was like, yeah, Bianca's not winning. I knew I messed up on that one after Friday.
Did you notice any heel tendencies from Bianca during that match?
Not really. I mean, there's been sparks here and there. Like some of the stuff that she's been doing, it has its little tendencies, but it could be stuff that you're really like overthinking. You know what I'm saying? Because
Man, I don't know.
we want the heel turn. So it's kind of like we see certain things and we go, this could be the start of, is she going to turn? Is she?
I don't
Nah.
know, bro. The way she was slapping the shit out of Rhea, saying you don't work harder than me and doing all that, that was heel as fuck.
I don't know if it was heel or if it was just more the fact that she's just mad because Rhea inserted herself into her one-on-one match.
And then Rhea spitting at her, but then Rhea tried to be babyface again on Monday. I can't stand her character, bro.
I don't know what's going on with her.
Rhea's character pisses me off to like no end.
I feel like with Rhea, honestly, I think when the draft comes, I think Rhea's going to SmackDown.
They need to do something because they need to. I can't remember the last time Rhea has had a storyline that doesn't revolve around the title.
Yeah. I really think that Rhea's going to SmackDown, and I think that Rhea's going to I think Rhea's turning heel. It's not really doing it for me with her as a face. Rhea's so much better as a heel.
Well, she doesn't do anything face-like except the crowd just pops for her because they fuck with her music.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And to me, honestly, whenever she tries to be face, they, like I said, they keep putting her in these storylines where she's borderline. So just let her be heel.
They got to shake it up. Rhea needs to change. Yeah, exactly. Rhea needs to change.
I really think that Rhea is going to SmackDown because I really think that they're going to try to switch up her character.
Well, how you feel about Bianca is getting booed now consistently?
That's why I think the heel. That's why I think the heel change. That's why I think the heel turn is coming. I mean, they were like everybody at WrestleMania was booing her. So I don't know, man. I feel it. I feel it's coming. I think the fans feel it coming too, and that's the reason why they boo. That's the reason why they've been booing her.
What do you think about the? All right, let's get to the tag match really quickly. So honestly, even if I knew that Becky was coming back, I probably still would have picked Liv and Raquel, only because I didn't not knowing that they were going to do what they did on Monday to put it right back on them. I still would have picked them because it was still because I think you could have done what you did on Monday on Sunday and had Becky come back, but you can't. I mean, you didn't want to have Becky lose on her return, so I guess that makes sense.
Look at Becky Lynch and her returns. I mean, she did it with Bianca. She did it again just now.
26 seconds.
Yeah, like it's.
I saw a stat that said she only took 2 bumps on Sunday.
Yeah, and we talked about this, and we talked about this with Charlotte, and Becky is part of that conversation when it comes down to Charlotte. Like, I miss
Charlotte put Tiffany over. I don't want to hear that shit no more.
Well, I mean, she just did just now, but what I'm saying is that I miss the Irish ass kicker, the Irish little ass kicker. Like I
The
don't
last,
like,
the last kicker.
yeah, I don't like the man. I don't like it because I don't like the coming back and instantly getting the title. Like she's done it 2-3 times now, over and over again. It's BS to me. And then they turn around and then they take the titles off of them the very next night just so Becky doesn't have a loss at WrestleMania. Like, who fucking cares? I don't know, man.
I mean, she's lost at WrestleMania. That's the crazy part.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't get what I don't understand. That's crazy.
It was just like the same reason why, because we'll get to it later, but the same thing why I think Joe Hendry was the perfect pick for Randy, because you didn't want Aleister Black or Rusev to come back and take a loss after just returning. So I understand why they did it.
That makes sense because they've been gone away from the business for a very long time, right? Becky, it's not like Becky was.
It's been over a year, hasn't it?
It's been over a year, but it wasn't like Becky was injured, right?
Well, it's not. Has it been over a year? Because
it's been a year. It's been
because her last match was the cage match that Dom helped Liv win. Yeah, that was that was before Mania, so that was in like what, March?
I think so.
That was before SummerSlam. It was before SummerSlam.
It was before SummerSlam when Liv came back from the Revenge Tour and she took the belt off her. I think it was right before SummerSlam. It was the pay-per-view or whatever, the premium live event before SummerSlam.
But they had a match on Raw after that, and then that was Becky's last match. She was gone after that. Yeah. So he said it's big. It's a bigger mania moment if Becky turns heel. I think so.
She should have turned heel at WrestleMania. That would have been a bigger mania.
I thought she was. That's why I still was picking Liv and Raquel, even though I saw Becky come out. I mean, the picks were already in, but and then if you switching real quick, I was watching Pat McAfee the Monday after, and Michael Cole said it, Triple H said it. They everybody said that Monday was going to be full of surprises, and we're going to get to them. But I guess they wanted to save some stuff for Monday. That's why they didn't have Becky turn on Sunday.
I mean, Monday was full of surprises, but let's be honest, it wasn't that full.
Oh, we don't get to it because this is everybody's saying this is the best Monday Night Raw after Mania in decades, and I would have to agree. Last year sucked. Priest and Drew. I got a little scared. I thought Priest was gonna take it for a second. When Drew took that selfie, I was like, oh God, when they start doing shit like that, they never win. But Drew pulled it out. I was so hyped. Babyface Priest is ass. I'm sorry.
It's awful.
I hate Babyface Priest.
And honestly, I really think that they're kind of realizing their mistake of breaking up Judgment Day when it comes down to Priest and Rhea leaving. And I kind of feel like that might be one of the reasons why Rhea might be going to SmackDown, and then they might put Rhea and they might put Priest back together heel. Because both of them as a face
heels again.
Yeah, both of them as a face does not work.
Honestly, for the story to go the way it is with Dom, Rhea and Priest, they had to be gone.
Well, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, you could have, if Rhea and Liv didn't have the history they had, you could have had Dom bring Liv in just to have another female presence. But then it got too messy. And then Raquel coming in, it would have got too messy. So Rhea and Priest, I think they got kicked out at the right time. It's just that I think that Rhea was pretty much a face when she beat Charlotte at WrestleMania 39. Yeah. She was damn a de facto face when that happened because she beat her clean, no help, no nothing, no Judgment Day interference. She beat Charlotte clean. And that was the start of the people starting to cheer her when she came out, even though she was still fully heel. Priest, the fans started turning him heel when he won Money in the Bank, and then he started and then after he cashed in, when he started trying to do things with integrity and honor,
Yeah.
is when they slowly started turning him face. Even though he was still in a heel faction and was still willing to do heel things, but when it came to his matches, he wanted to do it on his own. But he would still help everybody else cheat.
Well, remember it was him and Rhea both doing that because remember they were talking about why they were asking Finn and Dom why they were picking a fight with like Jey Uso and stuff like that. So they both
Yeah,
were doing like
like why is
non-heelish.
Dom associated with Legato and all them?
Exactly.
But yeah, it was the break that was bound to happen. But moving on, Logan and AJ.
I take it back. This now we going back to it. I think night 2 probably was a little bit better than. I think I'm being a little bit biased towards the ending of WrestleMania because
I was letting you get your stuff off, but yeah, night two
because
to me clear
because
night one.
Logan and AJ to me was one of my favorite matches. To me, I think it was probably my favorite match of night 2. Man, I don't care anybody. Logan can go, man.
Yeah,
Logan got it. And AJ, I don't care how people talk about his age and they talk about all the AJ still got it. So the interest by Logan, I'm not gonna lie. At first, it was kind of weak for me a little bit, but then when I realized that he was holding a drone and not a camera, I was like, oh, okay. Then they started doing all the little angles with like every angle they had at WrestleMania when he was coming down the ramp. I was like,
hmm
all right. And then when he caught the drone, I said, all right, okay. I was like, all right,
I
yep,
was like, yeah,
yeah,
Logan know what he doing. He know what
yeah,
he doing.
yeah. He got it.
What'd you think about Karrion and Cross getting involved?
I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time, right? I like it because I thought for a second that AJ was going to do it, and this is where we get the AJ turn, and him and Cross teaming up and creating something. But then I like that AJ kind of turned around and smacked
Cross.
Cross in the face and knocked him out. I didn't like that was what gave Logan the ammo to win the match. But shit, man, listen. That finisher Logan got,
The pulverizer.
yeah, that shit's top tier. That's top tier.
Truth says Logan needs to be on more. He's too good to be a part timer.
I agree with that.
Did you see the Karrion Cross promo after on the post show?
No, I didn't see the post show. I didn't see
Bro,
it.
he called himself Killer Cross. And then he was talking about then he was dropping F bombs and everything. Okay, I talked about this with JD on Monday. This new WWE, the wrestlers in outside media are consistently cussing. They're even cussing on the post shows of PLEs. Triple H was cussing his ass off in that interview with Peter Rosenberg. The women are dressing just as risque as they did under Vince. Like this new WWE is crazy. You could tell
Well,
that it's a younger person running it just because how free everybody is with how they talk and everything like that.
well, I think the biggest thing was getting away from the PG era, right? Once
Mm-hmm.
they got rid of that once they got out of that PG era and that TV 14 era, like wrestling should not be PG. I don't care what sponsors you got and how mad they get. There's no part of wrestling that is PG, right? I think TV 14 is still pushing it, but PG is just crazy word. So I think people were just so confined for so long with what they could and couldn't do, what they couldn't say, what they couldn't say. Remember, there was a time where there was absolutely no blood, like wrestlers getting fined for bleeding. When especially when you're in a match, and at any given time, shit can happen, and then you can get cut open, right? So to
If
get
this
in
is supposed
trouble.
if this is supposed to mimic real life, People get bloody in fights in real life.
Exactly. So now that we're in this Netflix era, and Netflix don't give a fuck. They don't care. Netflix is you do what you want to do. So now that we're in that era, I think people are back in their comfort zones of, oh man, I don't have to watch what I say or watch what I do, to a certain extent. But the freedom, I think that's what these wrestlers are entertainers, because WWE is all about entertainment. So these entertainers, I think that's what they're more focused on, is the fact that they have the freedom to kind of be themselves instead of putting on a facade for PG or TV 14.
I agree. All right. I think that's everything. All right. Main event. What'd you think of it? Cena winning the title.
So one, we kind of did get a new entrance from Cena, right?
Yeah, he is now just black background, white letters.
I kind of like it. I ain't gonna lie,
I
kind of like
like
it.
it. I like
I
it.
like it.
And he walks out with like a spotlight.
Yeah, I like it. The match was going great for me up until Travis Scott came out. Was it the best match of the night? No, it wasn't the best match of the night. Was it a good title match? Yes, it was a good title match up until Travis Scott came out.
What was your issue with Travis?
There, my issue wasn't with I don't have an issue with Travis per se. If Travis wanted to come out and Travis wanted to yank the referee out of the ring or whatever, I would have been fine with that, right? Or if Travis wanted to come out and put John Cena's foot up on the rope so that, the referee broke up the count, I would have been fine with that. Watching Travis take the crossroads was so cringy. Like, that's what I'm talking about. These he didn't need to take a bump. He didn't need to get in the ring. He didn't need the
Cody had to get his get back.
The wind up for him to try to punch Cody and Cody blocking it was so awful. It was almost as bad as who was it that tried to hit
John
somebody?
Cena?
Yeah, when John Cena tried to hit him with the belt and Cody caught it. Like that was bad. That was almost as bad as that. I don't know, man.
I liked it made me laugh when Travis Scott's music hit and John Cena just started going crazy, laughing his ass off. I was, because that little evil laugh, because he knew what was about to happen. Yeah. I was like, okay, I actually did like that. But it was funny because I saw somebody, they was talking about, damn, Cody took out the whole bloodline last year, and now he gets beat by a low blow and a belt to the head because Travis Scott interfered. Like, this is crazy. Some people say that this could lead to what you were saying when I was taking it back the last time when you was talking about Cody going heel. I know you said it. Some people are saying that this could lead to that because when Cody had the belt and he had a chance to hit Cena and he didn't, and Michael Cole was on commentary saying, "Hey Cody, are you going to be a good guy or a bad guy?" And he chose to put the belt down, and that's what cost him. Being a good guy cost him.
Well, I've already said it multiple times, but I'll say it again. I don't think Cody Rhodes wins the title back until he turns heel. I really think that his next title run is going to be heel. I think that this feud that he's going to have with John Cena is what's going to lead him up to be heel, because he's not going to be able to get the title back as a face. I feel like he's going to have another scenario, because we already know that it's probably going to be John Cena versus Randy Orton at Backlash based off of Monday night. But at some point, Cody Rhodes is going to get a rematch with Cena. Most likely it's going to be at Money in the Bank, right? And I feel like it's going to be another scenario or another situation where Cody Rhodes, good guy or bad guy, whatever you want to say, is being put to the test again, and he gets put in another situation and he doesn't take the route because it's quote unquote the bad route. I think they're going to start playing on that a little bit more. And then I think what's going to happen is that's going to cost Cody Rhodes the chance of winning his title back again. And then I think slowly from there, we're going to get that development of, him turning heel. So I don't see it just being a one-time thing.
Did you see The Rock on the Pat McAfee show?
I missed The Rock. I saw Heyman, I saw Michael Cole, I saw John Cena, and then I never got a chance to watch him with The Rock.
So
But
I'm gonna play what the Rock said on the Pat McAfee show. So this is fun. We haven't done this in a while. Where I introduce a video, and it's on ESPN. I don't think we'll get flagged. Well, hell, we ain't monetized yet anyway, so it really don't even matter. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. And just listen to this.
We were kicking ideas around, myself and Triple H, and that's the fun part, by the way. I've been kicking ideas around with Triple H for 20 years, dude. Just always having a great time with him and Nick and my team as well. And Triple H said, you know, what about this? What about John turning? I said, I love it. I love it. The next question is you got to talk to John, see how he feels about it. And, you know, in a moment where you have this shift and click moment, and it happened to me when I was a pure baby face. I got booed out of the building around the world, and they took the title off me my rookie year, and they sent me home the summer of '97. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew this is not going to work for me. I don't even know if I have a future in pro wrestling. I get a call from Vince and says, I'm going to bring you back as a heel and be part of the Nation of Domination. I said, that's great.
All right. So we're gonna skip a little bit further because I want to get to the part because why he didn't show up. Let me see if this is it.
We just pulled off the greatest angle.
Here we go.
Back into the shadows. Let it feel, and I made the 17 and turning heel. I'm sorry, and then being a heel champion. I knew then the best thing for the final boss, we've established this idea of Cody's soul. We can always come back to it. I did feel, and I made the call, I don't want to be involved in that. Step back. Let the final boss step back into the shadows. Let all the spotlight go to John. Let it go to Cody. Let's not make it about Cody's soul eventually or John's soul. No, let's let them do what they do. And I called John after Elimination Chamber, spoke to him, called Cody, and I said, I think the final boss's work is done. We've established it. We just pulled off the greatest angle in the history of professional wrestling, other than Hulk Hogan turning heel back in the 90s. I said, this is amazing. We have 6 weeks. Now, let's build. You guys go and crush it. And I'll be right there with you. And I'm always here if you need me. But I think it's best for the final boss not to be involved in that finish. You guys go. So they had 6 weeks to plan for that. So I love the finish of the match. I would have finessed things a little differently on how they got there, but that's just me creatively. There are a lot of minds in the room. That's my thought. But still, ultimately, the bottom line was I love John getting 17. And I never had a concern about John pulling this off. My thoughts are always to Cody because of what we've established with him and his story and the kind of babyface that he is. So if done right, and I think if finessed right, and if nuanced right, down the road, that guy not only has an incredible babyface run again as champion, but also just an unheard of run as a heel.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Let's talk about you saying the final.
Okay. You want to go? You want to go? You want to listen to more? Or you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on why The Rock says he wasn't there?
So one, this is what I'm talking about. They didn't need The Rock for John Cena to go heel. They didn't need the whole final ball selling your soul shit. If you weren't going to entertain it and this is dumb as fuck. This is stupid. This is what I'm talking about. I don't even have the words to describe it because it doesn't make sense for the story. You're the reason why John Cena went heel, and then you're going to take a step back, knowing that the fans are going to want to see you show up and explain why you chose John Cena to go heel or why you and Cena conspired together to go heel. That doesn't make sense. That leaves too much shit up in the air, especially for John Cena to come out and to cut the promo that he was talking about, oh, it's because of my relationship with you and the fans and yada, 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 yada. They could have did a lot better with that. The second thing I got out of that is the fact that even The Rock didn't like the ending to WrestleMania. You could tell already he didn't like the way that the match ended.
He said he liked the result, but he didn't like how they went about it. He said he would have finessed it a little differently.
I definitely would have finessed it a little bit differently. So I told you it makes sense. I don't think Travis Scott had to get involved in the way that he got involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could have had Travis Scott come out. I don't know, man. There's a bunch of different scenarios that are running through my mind that they could have went better than how they did it. But whatever. It is what it is. They went the way that they went. John Cena got number 17. We'll see how this goes. I still low-key think that The Rock is kind of snaking us a little bit with, him talking about how he's not really involved anymore and the final boss's job is done and everything. It just doesn't make sense overall for the storyline when he was the one who initiated all of this. So we'll see.
And he also, I didn't play it, but he also said that he originally was not supposed to be at Elimination Chamber. He said that Ari Emanuel, his business partner and works for WWE, called him and said, "Ticket sales are low. We need you."
So they just threw. So basically, what it sounds like to me is Cody Rhodes was really supposed to be. Cody Rhodes was really supposed to be going heel, but then they really
said no.
I think so too.
Yeah, he said no, and then they had to come up with a backup plan, and then they asked Cena. He said, "Yeah."
Pretty much. I think that's definitely. Which it didn't make sense for Cody Rhodes to go heel right now. Like it didn't make sense at all for him. So
do you think that people would have been accepting had Cody accepted the offer to sell his soul?
No, because I think it was too early. Cody Rhodes going heel during his first title run wouldn't make sense for the whole lead up and finishing the story and the whole build up and all of that stuff. It wasn't the right time. I always said it. He needed to drop the title first and then go heel because it makes sense. Once you start going for that second title run, you're no longer on, all right, finishing the story. We already did that, right? Now it's on building whatever it is that you want to build, whatever, I guess legacy is the best way to explain it, but building whatever type of career that you want to build so that, you have your Hall of Fame run. That was what the bloodline was for Roman Reigns, right? I mean, we already knew that the big dog wasn't it, but, the OTC in the bloodline, that was him building his Hall of Fame career.
Yeah. And I would say, I liked all of that. Now, going to Monday, me and JD said this. Well, I said it first because JD was like, I think JD said something like, well, who is there? He was like, John Cena is the last person for this, and I said, well, don't forget about Randy. And then John Cena said, no one has the ruthless aggression. Nobody has this, and that. And then what happened? Randy Orton snuck up behind him. I didn't realize that John Cena screamed shit before he got the RKO. He caught the RKO, and then Randy Orton posed with the belt. Backlash is in St. Louis. Randy Orton is on the promotional poster. It has not official yet, but it's looking like we're going to get Cena Orton, but the roles being reversed with Cena being a heel, Orton being a face for the championship.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's perfect for John Cena's first title defense. I mean, who better to go up against than one of his biggest rivals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool with it.
And I like the
roles are reversed because every time Cena went up against Orton, Cena was always face and Orton was always heel.
Somebody, you remember that one time? I forgot. It might have been like '09 when Cena and Orton were fighting for the title, and Orton got himself disqualified on purpose by slapping the ref.
Yeah, so they posted up all of the. So Cena faced Orton multiple times for the title, but a lot of times it was on like Monday Night Raw or whatever it was, and nothing really came about it. But I think when it comes down to like pay-per-views or premium live events, Cena has gone up against Orton 4 different times. Mm-hmm. And they showed the little promotional flyers and stuff like that. Because I remember one of them was in the ladder match when Cena was the champion, the World Heavyweight Champion, and Orton was the WWE Champion. They were unifying them because that was when Orton went heel or Orton went corporate with Triple H and them, and then he ended up winning those titles. Then the other one was John Cena versus Randy Orton. I think it was in the I Quit match because that was when Orton had used the handcuffs on Cena, and Cena used the handcuffs to put Orton in the
STF.
The STF, and Orton had screamed "I quit." And then there were 2 other matches I can't remember. So, but I mean, this would now be Orton John Cena for the 5th time for the title. I'm digging it. I just at Backlash. I mean, I don't know if it's just going to be a straight one-on-one match or if there's going to be. I feel like with Orton and John Cena, I feel like it has to be like an Iron Man match or something like that. Like
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on Friday.
That's the way, but I'm just thinking in my mind, like with them two and their status and the way that they've, next to CM Punk, or everybody can say Orton, CM Punk, John Cena's biggest rivals. That's it's in his career. So I feel like it has to be. It can't be just a regular one-on-one match. I feel like it has to be something like that. Like both of them are too damn old for a ladder match, so that's out. Right? We're not getting that.
How long do you think Cody should be off TV?
I think Cody shows up on Friday.
You think he comes back that quick?
Yeah.
Do you think he demands a rematch automatically?
I don't know if he demands it because he's face, but I think he basically calls out.
He was a face when he challenged Roman for to fight again when he lost.
I think he does basically call out John Cena for a match. I mean, hell, this Backlash could be a triple threat match.
Yeah, but right now everybody's just assuming that it's going to be Orton and Cena, but we have to wait until Friday at least. We got to see what happens.
Yeah, but I would hate for Cody's rematch to be a triple threat match. Like that would suck ass if I'm being honest. But you never know. Okay. I mean, they could go that route.
So, how do you feel? This is the last thing I'm gonna say about Cena. I like the fact that he now when he walks with the title, it's turned backwards. It's like he's leaving everything in the past. Yeah. Like he walks out with his towel facing backwards, the belt is facing backwards. He's the last real champion. Like you said, they have officially gotten rid of the Undisputed Championship. Like you said. And then John Cena even came out and said, he said this on McAfee.
I saw it.
He's like, they're going to have to get a new championship. They're going to have to get a new one because I'm taking this one with me. All of the old guard, everybody that held this previously, that whole legacy is leaving with me. They're going to have to start a new one, whether it's with Logan Paul, Dom Mysterio, Cody wins it again. It don't matter. That whoever wins this championship, this new one, is going to start a new legacy. I'm taking this legacy with me.
So here's my thing. Okay, based off of when I was watching that with John Cena, Pat McAfee, it started giving me the vibes that Cena's not losing this title. It's giving me the vibe.
Sounds like.
It gives me the vibes that Cena's holding on to this title until December, and then he's basically retiring with the title.
Yeah, that's what he says he's going to do.
That's the vibes that it gives me. And then basically what it's going to do is that it's going to force at the Royal Rumble, it's going to force. Could you see a scenario where the winner of the Royal Rumble is the new World Heavyweight Champion or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. All I know is I told y'all there's a new WWE Championship coming. There's a new belt coming. There's a new title coming.
It's going to be the new. It's not going to be the World Heavyweight. It's going to be the new WWE Championship.
Yeah, it's going to be
the legacy
new
is with the WWE.
And
he was like Stone Cold, The Rock, all that is leaving with me. I was like,
we got the hint with Cody Rhodes when he did his promo on Friday with all the titles in the ring and everything. I said that right after that on the last episode that was the first hint. Then we got this hint with Cena at the Pat McAfee show talking about how they got to come up, the new champion got to start to build a new legacy with a new title and all this other kind of stuff. And then Triple H, there was even an interview with Triple H, and Triple H was talking about there's some new stuff coming down the pipeline and all this other kind of stuff. And he was basically hinting at a new title. So I don't know when this new title is going to be unveiled. I thought that it was going to be kind of unveiled on Monday with John Cena coming out, because if he was really going to retire the championship, I figured he was going to win it. And then on Monday, he basically was going to show the new title to show that the old one's gone. This is it. This is the new title.
I think that honestly, I think that they might not bring the new title until Cena leaves.
I think so too.
Because if he's really going to leave with the title, then there's no need to show the new one yet. You have a tournament or do whatever you got to do or like you said, Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble would be perfect because if he's leaving in December, the Rumble's the next month. Yep. And then the winner doesn't get a Mania match; they get that title.
Well, I think they do get the Mania match, but I think that the winner becomes the new champion.
And then Elimination Chamber.
The Elimination Chamber always decides that. There could be 2 Elimination Chamber matches, one for each title. They could always do that at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. But I think the winner automatically becomes the champion, and then they punch your ticket to WrestleMania. The winner of whatever 2 Elimination Chamber matches faces, both champions at WrestleMania. That's a cool way to shake it. That's a cool way to shake it up, right? We haven't had in a Royal Rumble for the championship since, who was the last person to do it? Wasn't it Brock Lesnar when he put his title on the line?
No, it was Roman.
Oh, it was Roman. Yeah, okay, it was Roman.
When Triple H won it.
When Triple H, yeah, exactly. But that was how long ago? That was
2015, 16. There you go. 2016, because it was AJ Styles' debut.
So almost 10 years ago. So 10 years. So basically 10 years to this upcoming Royal Rumble was the last time they had the Royal Rumble for a title.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think it's happening now. I think it's happening that way now. I don't see John Cena losing.
So do you think that it's pretty much official that Becky's the one that attacked Bayley?
I think so. Based off of her heel turn on Monday night. So are we going to talk about the Sasha Banks tweet?
We can, if you want to bring it up.
I mean, you got to bring it up because I mean it kind of applies
to because I don't really remember it. So yeah, go ahead and say what happened.
So the Sasha Banks tweet was basically, I don't remember word for word, but the tweet was basically about how out of the 4 horsemen, Becky and Charlotte to receive the favoritism in the title matches, where Sasha and Bayley were basically continuously getting stomped on and used in their characters are used in dumb ways to basically put over Charlotte and Becky.
Have you seen Becky's? I mean, not Becky. Have you seen Bayley's interview with Chris Van Vliet? I didn't see the whole thing, but she was talking about how she pretty much alluded to being too nice and being a company woman and doing things like that, and how sometimes it can come back to bite you in the ass. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the gist that I got from it.
I mean, after this WrestleMania, you can't deny that Sasha Banks was kind of speaking facts. I don't really see any lies in what she was saying. I mean, just look at how they did Sasha Banks when she was champion. Look how they did Sasha Banks when her and Naomi was tag team champion, in the way that they were using her. And then, fans and everybody want to get mad at them because they push back and they call them ungrateful and all this other kind of stuff. But they don't throw Becky or Charlotte in those situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then look at Bayley. Look at what all Bayley had to go through just to get an Intercontinental Championship match, for her to lose it in the ways that she's lost it, or for her to lose her titles in the way that she's lost her titles. I don't know, man. I think the biggest tell is, once Bayley loses the title, look how long it takes for her to get even back into the title picture. Where, like I said before, once again, you got Charlotte, you got Becky that wrestle for half a year, and then they disappear and go away, and then they come back automatically in a title picture.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple times. That has never happened for Sasha Banks or Bayley. So I agree, Trina. Bayley does deserve way better than what she's.
So I want to something fun. Bayley said that she'd be interested in doing a love storyline.
I mean, you got to take what you can get at this point. So whatever way gets you on
The
TV.
thing is, every love storyline ain't gonna hit like Liv and Dom.
True.
They're an anomaly. Like a love story ain't hit like theirs since Edge and Lita. And Edge and Lita were actually together.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it, though, right? It's not just Liv and Dom, because before that it was Rhea and Dom. It's Dom in general, because I feel like if you put, well, I'm not gonna say anybody, but you put somebody halfway up, you know what I mean, with Dom, it's probably gonna hit. It's Dom. Let's just put it.
The funny thing was, Chelsea Green, initially, before she got her push that she's having now, she said one of her ideas was to come in and be Dom's girlfriend.
I'm saying.
And then Truth says, with who, I saw people on X and they were talking about she tries to get at Dom to become his crazy Latin girlfriend, and Liv just starts going crazy, being overprotective. I was like, oh.
The other issue too is that, honestly, we need heel Bayley back. That's what.
Yes. See, at first people were iffy on Hill Bailey, but Hill Bailey is great. I love Hill Bailey. Yeah. I like her better than Face Bailey.
I like her way better than Face Bailey. Because honestly, whenever you think about Face Bailey, you think about the little blow up things and what is it? What were they called?
Bailey Buddies. The Bailey Buddies.
That was the version. That was the version of Face Bailey that, to me, was like female John Cena level, right? And then she went heel, and then this face run that she has, it just doesn't hit the same as her original one. I don't know, man. She needs to go back heel. That's my opinion.
So we got speaking of the women, so we got EO to come out to cut a promo, pretty much thanking everybody for supporting her and all that. Then Stephanie Vacker comes out and they have a match, and it gets interrupted by Roxanne Perez and Julia. We know Julia and Stephanie have beef with each other on NXT, so that's where that's going to stay. But Roxanne is looking. Hopefully, this is her officially being back on the main roster permanently. But she had a match against Stephanie last night on NXT for the NXT Women's Championship and lost.
I think that's the reason. I think that was like her. I think that might be her last NXT match. I think they're both.
Hopefully.
I think both of them.
Did you see the story that I sent you and JD? That they apparently in the draft, Lola Vice and Trick Williams are going to get called up.
Yes, I saw that. It's
based off of last night. Based off of last night, Trick Williams needs to get called up.
Yeah,
It's Oba and Javon's time.
Yeah, let Trick move up. Knowing them, he'll probably get drafted to SmackDown.
God, I do not want to see him and Melo go at it again.
That's what I was about to say. They probably gonna put him in Melo in some weird ass storyline that's not gonna hit, but at least he gets to come up right now.
All right, let's talk about before we get up out of here, we got a couple more things before we talk about the main thing. I think, do we have anything else? I don't think so. All right, well let's get to the main topic. The main topic of Monday. Braun Breaker showing up and wrecking house.
You skip one thing. There's one thing you skip. We can't skip past the Sami Zayn return.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. I knew I was forgetting something, but I couldn't remember. Okay. So when me and JD were sitting here watching,
I was nervous. I was nervous for a second.
We thought that Sammy was going to turn.
I thought he was too. Everybody in the crowd thought that he was going to turn. But
they showed the picture of when Jay was on the turnbuckle looking at the crowd. Sammy looked at him, and the way that they had it, it looked like Sammy was kind of looking at him like it could go either way.
I think it was the angle.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I will say, because I said this. I was saying this to my wife when I was watching it. I said, what if his first opponent for the title is Sami Zayn?
I said that last night too. Or on Monday. I said that too.
I said I could see that happening because Sammy is due a title match. Right? Yeah. Sammy's the only other person other than Jay that beat Gunther. So I can see something where Jey Uso decides to give Sammy, because he needs somebody to face for Backlash. I don't know if Sammy is cleared or not, but I mean, let's see.
Yeah, and then you also got to think, because when they stay in the ring too long, just like with Becky and Lyra, when they stay in the ring too long, something always tends to happen. And they were in there celebrating a little too long, especially when Jimmy came out.
So once Jimmy came out, I already knew. I was like, okay, all right, everything's good. They're not gonna have Jimmy turn on Jay again.
No, what they could have done was, though, they could have had Sammy kick Jimmy.
They could have.
I was like, damn, they keep just sacrificing Jimmy for a Jay storylines.
But I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna get heel Sammy. I kind of feel like
it's gonna be a match built out of respect.
Exactly.
So it's going to be two faces, but then during the match, but then you also got to remember. Now I'm not letting this Karrion Kross shit go. Karrion Kross has been trying to get, same way he's trying to get into AJ's ear, he's been trying to get into Sammy's ear. He was saying it the whole time with Sammy and Seth Rollins and Cody.
Well, I was just about to say that. I said I think that comes
reaching that point during that match where he's like, you know what, screw it.
I think, like I said, I think it comes after Jay beats Sammy 1, 2, 3 for the title match. Then we start to see that heelish turn.
Do you think that their match should happen on a Raw and then the rematch happens at a PLE?
Nah, I think that it should just straight be a build up to a PLE. I think what it's going to be is, I think it's going to be a build up to a PLE, but I think that we're going to get, or what we should get is, we should get a couple of segments with Kross in Sammy's ear, and then Sammy ends up losing to Jay, and then you get a promo either after the loss or in the the post show, and basically it's Kross telling Sammy like, "See, I told you," and then maybe we get that.
Let me run this by you real quick. Tell me what you think. How would you feel about a faction with Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles?
I wouldn't mind it.
Because I kind of feel like that's what you're alluding to, Truth. Cross going to turn AJ and Sami eventually because he doesn't have a faction anymore. So, and those are the two main people that he's been talking to. He was shown talking to Dom, but I don't know if that's going to go anywhere just yet.
Yeah,
because they with Karrion Cross, his shit can go. It can go a whole year before they bring it back up because they just now starting to show the stuff when he had the short hair and he told the Roman and his bloodline that time was ticking. And that was what, a year and a half ago.
my problem is just with this whole Cross thing is that when is he going to get in the damn ring and wrestle?
Well, he did, and he sacrificed himself for AJ to try to help AJ get his edge back.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen,
I would be cool with that. I would be cool, but I don't know, man. It's just hard. Do I see it? Do I see Sami Zayn getting into another faction, another heel faction?
But it will be different this time because the last one he got in, I don't even remember how he got into the bloodline, honestly.
I can tell you one thing though, Cross not joining Judgment Day. With JD coming back, nobody else is going in Judgment Day.
Oh no, somebody is going in Judgment Day.
Not right now.
I think that what's going to happen is when they do kick Finn out, the new member is going to be the one to basically kick him out. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. A lot of people say it's Joe Coffey from New Japan, but I don't know. That's just rumors.
Hopefully, when they kick Finn out, that's when we get Demon Finn back.
Oh yeah, he said in an interview that when Demon Finn comes back, it's gonna be different. He didn't like the way that Demon Finn was booked recently. I was like, no shit. But all right, so let's get to the main event. And I brought up Braun Breaker, but actually I don't want to start there. I'm kind of I was a little irritated, and I know Triple H came out and was shitting on people that are quote unquote critics and saying just be fans, don't be critics. But I was a little upset with this. We never got the answer of why Seth and Heyman got together because shit just started going haywire as soon as they started talking because Punk came out taping his fist, so you knew he wasn't gonna say nothing, and then OTC came out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that we needed the answer as of right now.
I like to know. Damn that.
I know we're gonna find out. We're gonna get the answer. But we're gonna find out. I kind of like it better because that's all we ever do is we get a big heel turn, and then the following night we get the promo cut of why they did the heel turn and everything like that. I kind of like how they went a little different with this. We got the heel turn, or we got the big. Well, I guess you could say it was a heel turn because Seth was definitely floating the line. He wasn't exactly heel, but he was heelish. And then we got the big double cross from Paul Heyman, right? Then on Monday Night Raw, we were all expecting the reason why.
Low blows.
Yeah. And we got the addition of Braun Breaker, which was even more perfect because, CM Punk came out. Huh?
Going back to like a year or 2 years ago when Braun Breaker was selling NXT and Paul Heyman walked up on him and he was talking about how great he is and how big of a future he has. I think this is perfect.
Well, you got to think about it this way, right? Because now everybody's throwing the Evolution vibes out there. And I'm all for it, but they need one more person. If you're going to throw the Evolution vibes out there, they need one more. So I'm just trying, because Paul Heyman's not a wrestler. Paul Heyman is the advocate, the wise man, or whatever it is. So I just want to see who that third edition is going to be. Is it going to be somebody new and up and coming, which I don't think so because that's what Braun Breaker's there for. So I feel like it's going to be another vet.
Well, if it's new and up and coming, then it would be because Batista and Randy Orton were new at the time.
That is true.
Some people are saying that it could be Austin Theory, which I wouldn't be mad at because Seth and him already have a history together because he was one of Seth's disciples with Buddy Murphy. But I wouldn't be mad if they did Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul would be perfect for that group.
I don't think it'd be Austin Theory, and the only reason why I don't think it'd be Austin Theory is because basically he's going to have to turn on Grayson Waller, and they're going to have to do that whole storyline with him turning on him first before he joins.
But they could end that quickly though.
I know.
I've
been leaning more towards Logan. That's who I've been leaning towards. You said it before I had a chance to say it. I think Logan Paul is a perfect fit with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I think the three of them together would be insane, would be crazy. But with that being said, Logan Paul isn't tied to just one brand. So it's going to be interesting to see how they operate then if they do add Logan Paul to this.
I saw people saying that Carmelo could be part of it, and I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if they did have people in one faction, but they were in separate brands. I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that. Like you got Melo on SmackDown, but he's still part of the overall group, and they just like reunited for PLEs and shit, or they randomly pop up on each other's show when they need it.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Truth.
see.
Okay, you said I saw that Paul, and I figured that he said he gave the answer on McAfee. He said Punk put him in a bad spot with Roman, and Roman kept emasculating him. Yeah, but I feel like it's more to it than that. But
it's gonna be interesting to see. But I mean,
some say, do you think that Becky is going to join it as a female member?
Ooh,
that'd be dope.
That would be dope. I wouldn't mind that.
Everybody knows that Becky and Seth are together, and if they're going to be heels at the same time, why not? She could be a Paul Heyman. She could be a Paul Heyman girl.
That actually would not be a bad idea. I would take that a lot more. I would.
No, you still add another guy because you still need to be able to do 6-man tags and shit like that in war games and stuff. But you add Becky and make her the first official on TV Paul Heyman girl. That would be, come on, man.
That's not a bad idea. I'm digging that. I'm rocking with that one.
Yeah, that would be dope. Because I think what they're gonna do is especially if they run this program where Becky and Lyra, and Becky takes the title off of Lyra, you put her in that group and she's a champion. Come on, man.
I think, just hear me out. I know we haven't seen him in a while due to injury.
What up, Xander? He said Becky, no.
I know we haven't seen him for a while due to injury. What about Bronson Reed? I'm just saying. We're talking about.
I actually would be mad at him being the new member of Judgment Day because him and Dom are cool. So I wouldn't be mad at him being the new member of Judgment Day.
We're talking about two up and comers, right? That are technically considered rookies, even though they've been there for a while, but they're still fresh.
I don't even see how you could beat a tag team with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Bruh. Could you
imagine? They be like the new AOP.
Could you imagine? That would be crazy.
I'm actually not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Because you got to think about it now. We also had Rusev show up.
Yeah.
And he definitely is heel based off of his actions.
But he was getting a face pop.
He went after American Alpha.
He was getting a face pop because he was returning.
Nah,
but he was playing up to the crowd and shit. But yeah,
if he was going to get a face pop, then he would have went after New Day. But the fact that he went after American Alpha basically made him heel.
That's true. Yeah, he's a heel. He's got a face pop because he came back. But yeah, he's a heel.
Or it could also be Aleister Black.
The thing with Aleister Black is with his type of character, I don't see him being in a faction unless he could do like House of Black and he could be the head of it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Seth Rollins is clearly going to be the head of this faction.
And that's why I think whoever the two other people that he partnered with, they have to be people that basically they're mentoring. Because if you think about it, Seth Rollins, Triple H, Paul Heyman is the Nature Boy. So who are the two up and coming? We got
Braun Breaker would be Batista.
Exactly, Braun Breaker.
That's why people are saying that Austin Theory could be the Randy.
Austin Theory's been there too long already. It got to be somebody that's
but it could. But the thing is, he's been there, but he's still young. So I don't even think he's 30 yet.
No, I don't think so either. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't think.
And he hasn't really done anything. That U.S. title run was trash. He failed to cash in. But he still ended up getting the title. Nobody even cares that he beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
That's true.
So his career hasn't really done anything. I think the whole point of getting, because and I told you this. The reason why I like Seth getting with Heyman is because Seth has been, even though he's been champion, his character to me has felt kind of stale. And this gives
Lately
him
for the last couple of
a
years, it has
new,
been
yeah,
honestly.
and this gives him a new lease on life. He doesn't need Paul Heyman to talk for him. What he needs Paul Heyman to do is gain him access to different matches, access to rooms that he was never able to get into. That's why you get Paul Heyman. You get him
So
so he can get you access to things.
You see new music for Seth Rollins, you see new everything. Like we're talking about complete character change.
If they officially become a faction, like an official faction, then yes. Until then, I think he'll still come out with the music because honestly, he's a heel, but you can still sing that. He can still be a heel. Truth says Seth can elevate his character now. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then okay, this is the last thing. Last thing. People are saying that we're going to get possibly, I don't know if it's going to be a backlash or what, but we're going to get a CM Punk Roman Reigns tag team, begrudging tag team to go against Braun and Seth.
I think so. I mean, that's what they're pretty much hinting towards. And I think at Backlash, I think that's when we get that next member. I don't think we get that next member until Backlash.
You remember when the NWO is in WCW, and then like each week, like after the big three were announced, and then like you see Ted DiBiase sitting in the crowd one week, then the next week you see Six sitting in the crowd, like shit. Like I wouldn't be mad if they did something like that, like a little callback to, because Paul Heyman is the Ted DiBiase of this group. But yeah, I think if they were doing like if Cena was doing his own NWO, that's when you get a bunch of veterans. But if you're trying to do an evolution, then you need evolution. So you need your present, which is Seth. You need your future.
Yep.
And honestly, yeah, the names. So right now,
past, present, then future. So past was Nature Boy.
Yeah, past was the Nature Boy, but the past, Seth isn't the past. He's clearly the future. I mean, the present.
Present.
So
yes.
yeah, so Heyman will represent the past.
Yep.
Because he's been around forever. He's knowledgeable and all of that. So he'll represent the past. And like we said, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed. So those are the short list of who we think could or should join the faction. Because you think it's only going to be one more person, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to them adding Becky though. I'm not opposed to them adding the female aspect.
I don't count Becky because she's a woman. So
I know, but I'm just
as far as dudes. As far as dudes, you think they should only add one more person or two?
Yeah, I think it's only at one more person because it gives the opportunity of two of them gaining tag team titles, and then it gives Seth Rollins the opportunity to gain the World Heavyweight Championship, and then for them to kind of be pretty much kind of like how, well, the Judgment Day always had four more, but
yeah, I was about to say because even in Evolution, even though Ric Flair was the older one, him and Batista were tag champs at the time when Randy was IC champ, when Triple H was the main champ. So I could see them probably adding two more members just so they could eventually hold all the gold at the same time. Because when they have a big faction, they love putting all the gold on everybody at the same time.
I don't think we're ever gonna get that with everybody because they could have did that with Judgment Day and they didn't do it.
They did because
you got close, but Dom had the North American championship.
Yeah, but he still had a title. That's my whole thing. They at the time they all had gold because Finn and Priest had both tag belts, and Priest had the Money in the Bank, and then Rhea had the Women's World Championship, and Dom had North American.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah,
yeah. Because with the Bloodline, none of them ever had a mid card title. It was the tag titles that Roman had his time. They never put a mid card title on Sammy.
That is true. I thought they were going to, but they never did.
But you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, y'all. Appreciate we got up to 8 people in the chat recently, so appreciate y'all. Those numbers are getting up there, man. Our numbers are slowly growing, Jay. Our numbers are slowly growing. Just gotta keep grinding. I'm gonna try to do as many videos for y'all as I can. Well, we all are, but I'm probably gonna be doing I'll be doing the watch parties for the weekly television sometimes, more probably by myself. Because I'm gonna think we did the Raw after Mania, so I'm gonna do a watch along for the SmackDown after Mania as well. So I will be doing one on Friday, so y'all can tune in for that. I'll try to get one of these dudes to join me. I don't think JD's gonna be able to. That's why he jumped on Monday.
I won't be here. I'll be out of town, but
Okay, yeah, you will be out of town. So yeah, so you'll just have me. I'll be here on Friday, doing the watch along. But yeah, man, look at our follow the ticker at the bottom. This is all of our social media. We have our Instagram, we have our X, we have our YouTube, which you probably are watching us on, and we have our Twitch. And we're also on Spotify. This episode will be uploaded within the next day or so. But I'm your man Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey.
and it's your boy Jay, aka Rant J, aka Full Time J. But you know, at any point I can be part time J again. So
Peace, y'all.
peace.